Imagine turning this desert into all of this. Welcome to Medinaty, one of the most luxurious places that you can live, yes, here in Egypt. Let's go check it out. Medinaty was designed as a fully integrated city built by Tal Mustafa Group to offer a high quality lifestyle away from the chaos and business of Cairo. Unlike most areas in Egypt, it was planned from scratch, meaning everything here is well organised, from the roads to residential areas. But does planning mean a better quality of life? Let's find out. So we've arrived here in Medinaty, where we're going to be showing you the amenities, facilities, and most importantly, how much does it really cost to live here? So make sure you stay to the end of the video for that. But as you can see, the biggest difference between here and Rehab, where I live, is just the sheer vastness and enormity of this place. I mean, they call it a compound, but nearly 1 million people can live here at full capacity. And for me, that's more of a mini city. And the other things that are noticeable is the incredibly well kept and maintained spaces, the sheer amount of space when it comes to walkways and the park features, the waterfall features, like it's really beautiful. So let's continue through to see what else Medinaty has to offer. What better way to see Medinaty than via the Medinaty train? And not just on my own, with a Medinaty expert, we are here with my friend Abdul Wahab. He's going to tell us all things as to why you need to think about Medinaty. Let's get into it. So one of the amazing things about Abdul Wahab is he first learnt the trade as a broker. He started in 2018. Within 6 months, he realized a big business opportunity, and he went on to create his own business, setting it up officially in 2020. And for people who are thinking about Rehab or Mivida or Medinaty, why is Medinaty a great place to live over the others, and why is it a good place for investment?
كمستثمر مدينتي استثمار ناجح بمعنى ان انت مثلا في كشقق او كده بتزيد بنسبه كبيره بسبب الطلب عليها كتير في مدينتي بسبب ان مدينتي اصلا انت لو عايش فيها مش هتحتاج تطلع بره في اي حاجه. يعني كل الخدمات موجوده فيها، كل المصالح الحكوميه، حتى جوازات السفر موجوده فيها، كل حاجه موجوده في مدينتي. فانت كاستثمار انت لو جيت تعيش هنا او انت مسافر او انت اي بلد، انت ضامن اولادك او عيلتك هنا في امان. ده نقطه. تاني حاجه انت كاستثمار انت هنا في زياده مش طبيعيه في الاسعار. يعني مدينتي دي من سنتين او ثلاثه في 21 و22 كانت الاسعار زادت عن دلوقتي 400% زياده. فانت لو حاطط جنيه، وبالذات لو مقدم واقساط، يعني انت شاري مثلا زي مثلا الناس كانت حاجزه شقق في مدينتي هنا وفيلات، كانت اجماليها في 2022 13 مليون على 10 سنين. دي دلوقتي بتتراوح في الشركه في 35 36 مليون. فانت بتطلع بناء على كده، اي نعم الواحده لسه ما استلمتش، انت بتبدا انت دافع 2 مليون ونص مثلا، بتاخد ربح على الكلام ده. مثلا بتبيع باوفر برايس. اوفر برايس ده ممكن تبيع من بدايه، شوف انا بقول لك بدايه من 5 مليون، يبقى انت دافع 2 مليون ونص، بتاخد عليهم 5 مليون و6 مليون. فانت بتتراوح في 200% ل 300% مكسب. ده في خلال الفتره الاخيره. هو عامل الدولار والزياده والتضخم اللي حصل في البلد ليه سبب في حاجه زي كده، بس في نفس الوقت انت في الاريا اللي حوالينا مفيش حاجه زادت بالزياده دي مقابل الطلب، مش زياده بس. يعني انت السبب الطلب على مدينتي خلال ال3 أعوام الأخيرة ده زاد جدا. يعني المدينة كان نسبة السكان فيها كان الأول بنسبة إشغال 30%، دلوقتي فوق 60-70% خلال ال3 سنين ده.
So one of the things with Abdul Wahab is he's not just got a handful of apartments. He has nearly 30 apartments that he has as investments or he has for resale. And what he's found here, as to what he's saying over why Rehab, why Mivida, is the appreciation of your property here is faster and bigger than it is in Rehab. So right now, let's say Rehab is a property £100,000 or $100,000 at the start of the year, it might only appreciate 10 to 15%. But what you see in the Medinaty, the appreciation is much higher. It's much more intense. Sometimes in the spaces or in the areas of 30 to 40% and upwards. So for him, not only just do you have the great scenery, the great livability, the cleanliness, the space, the vastness of this great place, but you have the profit that matters, of course. And would he recommend it? Like, what would he say to people who are watching from the UK and US who never heard of Medinaty or are now seeing it? Would he say it's a place that they should think about investing in?
الاستثمار في مدينتي لاي حد، مصريين اجانب اي حاجه، وفي نقل ملكيه كمان. شركه طلعت مصطفى فيها اوبشن ان انت بتنقل الملكيه لاي جنسيه اجنبيه، مصريه، عربيه، اي جنسيه، ملهاش دعوه باي حاجه. مفيش مشكله خالص، انت بتحط شيكات مكان الشيكات وخلاص. ده لو في اقساط، لو في كاش بتنقل ملكيه عادي خالص، لو في كاش بننقل ملكيه خالص.
So one of the things that he's saying, look, the investment's open for anyone. Doesn't matter what background, in particular, if you're from America, the US, the US or the UK, it'd be very attractive because Talta Mustafa, the guys who built the compound, welcome investors from all over the world. But the other thing is, just Abdul Wahab as an example, he's been doing the same one thing for 6 years. You don't do one thing for that long unless it's making you money, unless it's leading to success, unless it's making you happy. So he's a prime example of mastering one thing, doing it well, because it leads to big wins. Our train journey is about to end. We're going to join Abdul Wahab in the next part, which is showing you an apartment to show you what your money can buy and how much does it really cost. Let's go. The moment that you've all been waiting for, we're here to check out apartments. We're going to show you what they're like, how much it really costs you, and whether this whole peaceful vibe of Medinaty living is the reality. Let's go and find out. So we're going to show you 2 apartments. This is the first one. It's more of a smaller family size apartment. It's 2 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, 1 living room. One of the things that you'll find a lot in Egypt, because the most of the new side is practically a development project, that they offer apartments on an installment plan, a payment plan like this one. So let's just quickly look through this one and we'll show you the other one to compare. As you can see, this is the living room. We then have a more small intimate kitchen to the right, as well as a second bedroom here to the left. Both bedrooms have balconies, a toilet to the right, and this is the master. The master, you've got a nice view. This is a 5th floor apartment, and you've got an ensuite. This particular apartment is going to cost you about, right now, £92,000. It's about $120,000, and this is actually available on a payment plan. You would have to provide a large lump sum to begin with. You're talking around £50,000 to £70,000, around $80,000, $90,000 first as a lump sum, but the rest you can pay over 9 years. So just to give you a comparison, this is the type of apartment that you can find. If you pick the right compound, you can find the apartment on a payment plan that you can move in without the lump sum. So let's go compare to the other apartment. Right, so as you can see, first and foremost, this is the living room.
Yes.
This is the living room. You can see it's very big. So let's go through the apartment. You can see that this particular space, much bigger than the one that we've previously shown you. This particular space is very big. You could easily fit a corner sofa, a TV. You could even fit like a bookshelf. It's quite nice, quite spacious. Then you've got, as you go through, you've got a space for the kitchen. You've got spaces for the kitchen to the left, which we'll come back to. And you've got the toilets that are beautifully done. And the bedrooms are huge compared to what you generally get in Medinaty. How many square meters? So this particular apartment is 175 square meters, and it comes with multiple views, multiple balconies. With Abdul Wahab, he always finishes it to a Western standard. So you can see with the floors, he does laminate flooring. You can see with the lights, he puts a lot of effort and investment into the aesthetics. But generally, this apartment, and generally the apartments, when you work with brokers who focus on one particular area, they know what the people of that area want, or potential clientele of that area want. And yeah, what you'll see in Egypt is this love for gypsum boards and in the lighting, like dip lighting. You've got the final toilet and the kitchen here. So I'll show you the kitchen size so you can see why this is actually a much bigger kitchen. Let's show you one of the best things about this particular apartment before we reveal the price is the balcony with the view. So as you can see, with this particular balcony, you've got the balcony, the view of the gardens into towards the right, and you've got view of the streets to your left. With Medinaty, with the space, it's so tranquil, so peaceful. And the price, let's reveal that. And the price is currently listed at 9.5 million Guinea with Abdul Wahab, which is approximately £150,000, around 180,000 plus dollars. For one of the nicest compounds in all of New Cairo, if not Egypt, I think it's pretty good value for a 3-bed, 3-bathroom. What do you think, Abdul Wahab? Jade?
Good.
Sheikh.
Hi,
Okay guys, so that's a wrap for this Medinaty video. And I know what you're thinking, well, you've shown us apartments, how much does it cost to live in a house, a villa? Well, watch out for a future video where we're going to reveal all of that with Abdul Wahab, again, God willing. Thank you for watching. Share your comments below as to whether you were surprised with what you've seen, and I'll see you in the next video. Imagine living in a prestigious, gated, luxury compound that feels more like Dubai, yet still be in Egypt. Welcome to Mivida. So guys, welcome to Mivida, one of the most prestigious compounds here in New Cairo, as you can see. And it's by a bunch of guys that you're probably aware of, Emaar Properties, who designed the property. You probably recognize the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, and they pretty much have a lot of the skyline there as well. And they've brought that kind of swag, the style, the blueprint of how they design buildings here to Egypt. So we're gonna go and explore an apartment, and we're gonna see if that's something that's worth investing in for you. Shooting in Mivida wasn't easy at all. Filming permissions were very limited. So we did our best to capture what we could, but that's why most of what you'll see at the start is just B-roll. Stay with us though, because we'll be showing you inside the apartments we managed to get inside to film. So let's check out 2 different units today, starting with, of course, the first apartment. As you can see, as we enter, it has a large living room, and with this apartment being 186 square meters plus, it's not surprising that it is so big. It obviously comes with a balcony, which you can see me peeking out of. Nice views of some cars. And it has 3 bathrooms as well. Generally, the bathrooms are a decent size, along with the bedrooms and the living spaces. Has a hallway which connects to each of the rooms, as well as being finished to a decent standard. Comes with laminate flooring, windows fitted, of course. But one thing that you'll notice with this particular apartment is the air conditioning hasn't been installed yet. Generally, what they're doing is tidying up to finish, to rent it out. Maybe they're trying to sell. If you are thinking of renting this particular apartment, just know that it costs you 60,000 EGP, approximately $1,000. Well, actually, that's over $1,000 right now, about $1,250, around £8,000. So yeah, pretty decent size, fairly costly price tag. And I know what many of you are thinking, I'm paying that much for an apartment in Egypt. But yes, you are, because New Cairo comes with a high living standard. And with Mivida being done by Emaar, the costs are naturally more expensive because this is a luxury compound. You can see the kitchen here, fairly decent size, with a closed space. Right, let's check out the second apartment, and for those of you with bigger families, this probably is the one for you, or one that you'd probably like to see more of. This is actually massive. I mean, we're talking 238 square meters. As you can see with the living space, it's absolutely huge when it comes to apartments, especially in New Cairo. This particular size is unheard of. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a nanny's room with a separate bathroom for your nanny as well. Generally, Emaar do try to finish to a higher standard than what you probably will find across most of New Cairo. As you can see with the kitchen here, it's nicely done, but with some particular amendments being needed. Things like finishing in the living room probably could be improved. As you can see with the flooring, it gives it a slightly dated look, but generally the bedrooms do try to make up for it, but do bear in mind that there will always be final touches that you have to add. One benefit of this particular apartment is the fact that it does come with air conditioning installed. It does have a nice master bedroom with an ensuite. On top of that, there are balconies to the side of the living room, which you'll see very soon. And do bear in mind that the wind with it is pretty intense, as well as fitted wardrobes. I mean, who doesn't like a set of fitted wardrobes? And a his and hers ensuite bathroom. I mean, what more could you want, right? Well, let me tell you something, guys, that you might be saying, well, what more could we want? But what is the price tag? The price tag for this particular apartment comes in at a very pleasant $500,000. Yes, you heard that right, $500,000 for an apartment in New Cairo. And for rent, you're looking at around $1,800, around £1,400 per month. So yeah, that's the second one. For me, it was definitely nicer, but huge price tag. After touring the apartments, I also had a quick chat with Islam, the broker, to learn more about investment opportunities here in Mivida. What he had to say. So we're back with our favourite broker due to popular demand, Romeo, from our previous videos. One of the first things that people are thinking, why Mivida? Why is this a great compound?
مفيدة لأن طبعا مطور إعمار، وطبعا ده يعتبر من أكبر المطورين في مصر. تمام. زي ما احنا عارفين إن ثابت أعماله قوية جدا، زي طبعا الأبراج والحاجات السحاب اللي موجودة في دبي، بلس إن هو ليه هنا في مصر. طبعا مشروع ميفيدا من أكبر المشروعات في مصر، بلس في تاني برضو ليه مشروع تاني اسمه مراسي، طبعا غني عن التعريف، ده في الساحل الشمالي. غير انه طبعا بيقدم حاجات كويسة جدا، زي الخدمات، زي الفاسيلتيز اللي بتبقى موجودة، بلس ان الكوميونتي اللي موجود في ميفيدا من اعلى الكوميونتي اللي موجود في مصر.
So in summary, what Islam is saying is they have the reputation. So everyone knows of Emaar. They've built the Burj Khalifa, as we've already said, and a lot of great development projects, not just in Dubai, but here in Egypt. But on top of that, this particular compound has a great community. The facilities are great. The location as well. You're in the Golden Square, in the Golden Square of New Cairo, and that's incredibly desirable, especially from a livability perspective. It's got great proximity to the new capital, about half an hour away, and 15 minutes from pretty much anywhere and everywhere around New Cairo and Old Cairo that you want to go to because of the great transport links. And what about investments wise? Is Emaar, this particular compound of Mivida, is it worth investing in? How much is a 3-bedroom apartment and a 3-bedroom villa?
استوديو ستارت برايس 40,000. تمام. 2 بيدروم ستارت 45,000. 3 بيدروم ستارت 55,000. تمام. فيلا ستارت 110,000. تمام. to buy start $1 million minimum. Okay. Yeah. And rent 110,000. This is the villa.
Okay. So you're talking about renting from around 40,000 EGP. That's a studio. That's approximately just over £1,000, I think, just over $1,000 is $1,200. And to buy, it's not cheap. You heard him say, for a villa, you're talking $1 million. That's approximately £750,000, maybe around that price right now. And that's because of the name, the tag of Emaar, and having an investment here with them as a reputable developer. So how does Mivida compare to other compounds like Rehab, Medinaty? One, to live in, but then also as an investment. What would you do, or what would you recommend?
ميفيدا ما تتقارنش بالرحاب ومدينتي طبعا، لان ميفيدا ككوميونتي مختلفة تماما عن الرحاب ومدينتي. يعني ممكن نقارنها مثلا بهايت بارك او ليك فيو او سي اف سي اللي هي كايرو فيستيفال سيتي. دي طبعا الفوتيم، دي برضو من اكبر الكومباوندات في القاهرة الجديدة. بس ده اللي ممكن نقارنها بيه كبرضو التماد يونز، سودك فيليت، سودك استاون. بس انما ما ينفعش ان احنا نقارن طبعا ميفيدا بالرحاب او مدينتي. يعني دي كوميونتي وده كوميونتي تاني مختلف خالص يعني.
So he compared it to other compounds here like Cairo Festival City, the particular area, Sodik. And the clientele, I think what he's trying to say is the clientele is very different. So the people who are living here, the environment that you see, it has a very different look and feel, but also a different soul to the compound. And when it comes to investment, he said you can't really compare. Obviously, this is a more expensive investment. And from my experience, I'd say if you're looking to make money, you probably would go with the other compounds like Madinaty or Hub. But if you're looking to live and you're looking of a place where it has a bit more calm and peace, then you might suggest Mivida. Finally, is there flexible payment plan options, installment options here in Mivida?
لا حاليا مفيدة مفيش اقساط غير في مرحلة هي لسه جديدة طبعا، هي تقريبا فاضل عليها في الاستلام شهر او اتنين، هي اوريدي خلصانة. دي ممكن يبقى فيها ريسيل، مرحلة اسمها بلو فيوز، دي هتتسلم كمان شهر تقريبا يعني. دي اللي احنا ممكن نلاقي فيها ريسيل، انما اعمار حاليا في مفيدة مفيش. لسه انا هينزلوا بلونش جديد غالبا هيبقى في التجمع السادس بجوار مشروعات اورا.
Mivida as a compound, there isn't any more payment plan options, but there is a new area within Mivida where they have resale options where you can get, let's say you put 80-90% down, you then have like a few years to pay the remainder. And they are working, from what I hear, on a new compound in New Cairo, which I'm sure will be announced soon. Islam, Romeo, shukran. Right guys, so as you can tell, we're back in the office to give you my verdict on all things Mivida. So the compound, as you saw, is a luxury compound, although some of the apartments might not have quite looked like that. And because of this, because it's by Emaar, who are known for their reputation of building these luxury spaces in Dubai, it comes with that price tag. So if you're thinking of moving to New Cairo, if you're thinking about Mivida, yes, it comes with added levels of security, comfort, the idea of a luxury lifestyle, but it also has that expensive price tag. And if you're therefore on that budget, you might want to think about other compounds. My go-to recommendations are places like Medinaty. So what do you guys think? Is Mivida a place for you? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll also catch you hopefully in the next video. Thanks for watching. So I came across something crazy. An apartment here that costs you 136 million Egyptian pounds. To give you some context, that's nearly $3 million, 2.5 million British sterling. And it's not even an apartment that's in New Cairo or by the sea. It's in Sheikh Zayed by a developer called Aura. I mean, it sounds pretty crazy and I was definitely shocked. But before we go into telling you more about it, let's show you what you can expect for that kind of price and give you some context as to why the price tag is what it is. The man behind Aura is Naguib Sawiris, a billionaire businessman and one of the most influential figures in Egypt and around the Arab world. He built his fortune through telecom and now he's reshaping the real estate game across multiple continents. Aura isn't just building in Egypt. They've launched luxury developments all over the world, from projects in Sheikh Zayed, projects in New Cairo, Pyramid Hills, Ayia Napa in Cyprus, Silver Sands in Granada, 18 in Islamabad, Pakistan, and real estate investments in London's Mayfair. All of these projects share the same DNA: world-class architecture, lifestyle-driven planning, and an elite level of privacy. But today we're focusing on one of the most iconic and elitist almost projects in Sheikh Zayed, Zed Towers. The place where this 136 million Egyptian pounds, again nearly $3 million apartment is located. Let's go have a look. So there you have it, guys. Luxury isn't just being built in the Gulf or Europe, it's being built here in Egypt as well, and people are paying for it. So let me ask you the question, if money wasn't an objective, would you pay 136 million Egyptian pounds for an apartment? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Not every compound in Egypt was built for families, but this compound, Mountain View IV4, was designed with your family in mind. Safe places to play, streets and communities of people that actually speak to each other, and green areas that make you feel relaxed and at home. The idea of Mountain View 4 was simply to create a place where it's designed around the concept of family first. Let's have a look at this compound and what it has to offer for you and potentially your family. So there you have it, guys. Mountain View 4 in October City is probably one of the best places to move if you're thinking of moving to Egypt with your family, but it does come with that price tag. So if you're after something that's green, safe places, designed to be based around the idea of neighborhood and community, it's definitely one of the better compounds, but just bear in mind that it's not going to be cheap. So what would you do? Would you move into this particular compound with your family? Or is it just way too expensive for that? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Can you live in luxury, yet only pay a small amount down for an apartment or villa and move in tomorrow? Well, guys, we're here with the developers of the mosque in Medina and in Mecca to show you that it's possible here in New Cairo. Come join us. Okay, so why I'm super excited to show you this compound is most places here in Egypt, if you're buying it on a payment plan, you're probably getting the keys in 2, 3, or maybe even 5 years. But with this compound, with just 25% down, they let you move in tomorrow. But what can we expect? Let's go and find out. Right, so right now, as you can see, I'm in the back of a car. We are on our way to see some apartments with Marasem, which is a company that's been established for over 75 years in Saudi and over 25 years here. They're an incredibly reputable developer. And on top of this, what's most interesting is they have apartments that you can move in right now on long-term payment plans. So this particular complex already is built, and we're going to see what they have to offer. So this is the master bedroom. As you can see, it's a good size. You've got a walk-in wardrobe, and you have your ensuite as well as a balcony, but you can maybe see your neighbors, so I don't know how much you'd use that. This is a 3-bedroom and 3-bathroom. Interestingly, the finish of this, the bedrooms have laminate floorings, nice doors, whilst the main living areas, the hallways, have a tiled finish. As standard, every single apartment comes with the lighting and fixtures finished, as well as aircon. Once you make your acquisition, they fit that up for you. So that seems to be the standard for Marasem. They finish it to like a semi-standard finish. This is the third bedroom.
Third bedroom.
This is the third bedroom.
And we have toilet served from this and this bed.
Yeah.
Okay, and guest toilet.
Oh yes, so this is the main bathroom. You can see it's got a bath. It's got a
Served
bath.
from this room and this room.
Yes. This
Also, we have guest toilet.
This is the second bedroom. Good size again.
This is kitchen.
So as you can see, we're in the kitchen right now. It's not fitted. Most of these apartments come with you requiring, especially if you take them on a payment plan, especially taking it as a ready to move or moving in 1 to 2 years, you're going to have to fit out your kitchen. What I would do is I'd probably look at getting one of these apartments and working with a contractor, maybe 2 or 3 if I was looking to buy a few on a fairly long payment plan, and with the kitchen, just wait to finish that as the last thing, because whoever takes your apartment will most likely want to see how the kitchen looks, because a lot of the kitchens here in Egypt are actually open plan. So this is quite different to the Egyptian style of living. Most Egyptian people have open plan kitchens, whilst this is quite convenient for people from the UK and US because it's close. Yeah, let's continue through. Okay, so what they're saying, the next apartment that we're going to have a look at, the gross space might be 160 meters, whilst here in this other side, you've got 160 meters, whilst the actual livable space is 135, whilst there it's a higher livable space. So you'll be able to see slight differences in the living room, in the bedroom space that's actually been lived in. It might sound complex, but it makes a difference for people who want to make sure they get more bang for their buck. So that's what we're gonna have a look at. Right guys, the detail that you're all probably really caring about, how much is this particular apartment? This apartment is 17 million Janay, which is right now $335,000, that's £250,000. But the interesting thing, as we said before, is these apartments, you can't actually move in right now and pay over 6 years. All that's required from you is to put down a 25% deposit or down payment even, and that equates to £62,500 right now, around $75,000. And you can literally get the keys, move in, fix the apartment up to your standards and start living life. Let's go and compare this to our second apartment with Abdullah and Osama. Right guys, so we're here with Abdullah and Osama. We're going to check out the second apartment. Osama is the broker, Abdullah is the one from the developers. They're the main guys that make things happen. You have to get connected, people. Let's see what the next apartment is like and if these two can help me find something useful. Let's go. Right guys, so what's really interesting about living in Egypt that I found is the attention to detail and the care of the maintenance of these developers. As an example, did you know that your trash is taken every day? You literally leave it outside your apartment or on your lawn and they come and take it every day. It's a little detail, but it makes you feel really looked after. And in particular with this complex, what they do is on top of that, if you've got excess trash, you have a trash chute. You have literally a trash chute, people. And for people in the UK, this is a real novel thing. It makes me think about Friends, the show. Let's not talk about that and my friend's obsession growing up. Let's now check out this 3-bedroom.
Yes, 3 bed.
3-bedroom.
Plus nanny rooms
Plus
and
nanny
toilet.
Yep.
And plus laundry room. Laundry room.
Laundry room. So this is a much bigger apartment than the previous one. This is 160 again?
No,
200.
207.
270?
7 meters.
7.
7.
207.
207.
207. 207 meter square apartment, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, plus nanny's room, plus laundry room. And as you can see, the views for me.
This street is double view.
This is much more picturesque when it comes to the views that you have. We are in the living room. Here, as you can see, it's got double view. This particular space, I imagine you could use as, well, you'd use it as a main living space. Then you have like a section here that you could use if you're working from home. Set up your nice desk. You also got the views of the walkways. This is a this is not ground floor apartment. Let's correct myself. This is a first floor apartment. And as we were saying, it's 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, plus a nanny's room, plus a laundry room. So you'll see things like the first bathroom on your left, the smallest one. You then have your kitchen. This is a pretty large kitchen for apartments. Here you've got the laundry room, which is convenient for larger families where you have laundry for those that like to work out many days a week. You then have this, I imagine, is the nanny's room. And just a disclaimer, nanny rooms are very basic and very small. It's not, it does, for me, it feels like you're trapping a human being, but this size is quite common for nanny rooms. From what I've seen and what I hear, that's the nanny's room. It's not going to be my cup of tea. Then we have, as you see, the apartments. This is the third bedroom, laminate flooring, air conditioning already fitted, which will make a massive difference in the summer months, which we're about to enter. You've got nicely fitted air conditioning here. Sheikh has to keep up. And then we have the master, main toilet, and the second bedroom. So let's first start with just showing you the main toilet. It comes with a bath and sink, which is really useful for growing families because a lot of these apartments do just have walk-in showers. This one actually has a bath. You then have the second bedroom here. So second bedroom with a view as well. Aircon fitted in, laminate flooring. So this master comes with a view as well, although it's not the most scenic view. The other side is definitely nicer. You've got the aircon fitted, you've got the laminate floor. You have, interestingly, if you follow me, you have your walk-in wardrobe, which for men with wives, it will make a big difference for the happiness of your wife if you're thinking about you leaving the US or the UK. And you have your ensuite, which has a walk-in shower, which Emaar will show you in a second, and your toilet. Right guys, so we said that this apartment is 207 meters.
Yes.
What is the pricing of this
23 million.
23 million, which is approximately $450,000, about 340,000 pounds.
Yes.
Yes. But remember, it's on a payment plan.
25% down payment, installment till 6 years.
Okay, so 25% you pay now, you get the keys to the apartment, and you pay the remainder over 6 years in equal installments.
Yes.
Equal installments. And do you have to pay like maintenance? You have to pay anything on
Included
top?
price.
It's included in the price. So maintenance is actually included in the price. Do you have car park? Car park? للسيارة? Parking?
Yes. We have included برضو package car plus ACs.
So on top of the apartment, you get one parking space and the apartment. Right guys, I just want to stop us right there for a minute. Normally places here in Egypt have a 7% maintenance fee. So if you're buying a place for 23 million, let's say 10% is 2.3 million, you're approximately paying 1.8 million extra on that apartment. So having maintenance baked in, this is a big deal. This is saving you a considerable amount on an apartment, especially on a payment plan. And for me, that's a big saving that's worth thinking about. Okay, back to the video. So we're going to check one more apartment, and that is a, what kind of apartment?
Penthouse.
We're going to check a penthouse apartment. That's it. Let's go. Okay, so when you walk in, it's a slightly different layout. You've got the living space, which we were just in, got the kitchen and the bathroom to your left as you walk in, and then you've got the rest of the apartment to your right. So the previous layout was better for me, even though this is a terrace. You can see here, you've got the 3 bedrooms. Let's start with the master. So you got the master bedroom with a balcony. If you come in, you've got your walk-in wardrobe here and the ensuite toilet. Then we've got main toilet, same thing with a bathtub. Second bedroom, good size, with a balcony, terrace, which is connected all the way through. So if you come through here, you can see the terrace. If you come through again with me, you can see the terrace from the balcony of the second bedroom, and the balconies of all the bedrooms, except for the master, is connected to, it's connected to the terrace. The terrace then has a view over the full compound. This is actually in the second phase of this particular complex. If you come with me, you'll then come back into the living room. Right guys, so this is the last apartment that we're here to see in this compound. This is a penthouse. What is the price again of this?
27 million.
So 27 million Guinea, which is approximately $550,000, over £410,000 right now. And again, on the payment plan, 25% down, pay the rest over 6 years. Let's go. As we just saw, we saw 3 apartments and they're in different sizes. For me, what this shows you is that it is possible to buy something, because most people, they leave the US, they're leaving the UK with no sense of security because they're thinking I have to rent an apartment or villa and then I'm burning cash. Well, it shows you here with Marasem, the developers behind the mosque in Mecca, Masjid Nabawi in Medina, that it's possible to buy a luxury apartment, a large apartment, and yet only have to pay a very little amount for it. And that gives you an idea of a more permanent ability to do hijrah. For peace of mind, I believe that's something incredibly important. I hope you found this particular video useful. If you do want to buy one of the apartments shown here or another apartment with this compound, reach out to me via the Egypt Opportunity Community and we'll make sure we do all our best to help you find the perfect fit. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Never take the stairs. I think it's the fourth floor. I'm getting old. Mohammed here, getting fascinated by the donut.